Okay, you guys, just another quick public service message. I know I'm starting to sound like Charlene now with these million updates, right? But look, I just realized Churchy's going to end up getting us all committed. How many of us have been screaming at our fucking phones over Churchy, right? How many of us? No, the bear's gone. The bear was only there for a while, couldn't get in the dumpster, so it moved on. But think about it, guys. I mean, I'm screaming like a fucking wild woman, right? Which is it dawned on me. We're all screaming. We're all fucking like getting all into this, right? What does the fucking outside world think of us? For real, right? We all have lack of sleep. We're all stressed out. Our blood pressure levels are rising, right? Headaches. We're not eating properly. We're not taking care of our pets properly, right? Because didn't Dr. Bud mention that his dogs shit all over the house because he was too involved with the fucking scope world that he didn't take them out in time? Didn't somebody else here say before that they neglected their children before dealing with scope? My God, right? Poor Kona. He's listening to me fucking scream and he's all fucking confused. Right? People have stayed up all night and then they've had to go to work. You know, they've been like some of her hens and shit, God bless them, have been doing all this footwork all fucking night long and then they had to work today or get procedures and shit done, right? You almost broke your phone because of it? I freaked out because my battery was dead and I was like, "Holy fuck, the phone better hurry up and charge up so I don't miss another episode." You did sleep? Good for you. I tried to sleep a little here and there, but I don't really sleep much anyways. But alls I could do when I was sleeping is fucking dream about goddamn Churchy and fucking Chi-Chi and wondering in my mind what that fight thing looked like with the throwing out part of it and everything. But if you really, really, I know, God bless poor Mandy. She's getting her goddamn little infusions while she's still Googling and trying to help out Churchy. I swear, sweet little Mandy has won like double, triple wings into the pearly gates when her day comes, which hopefully won't be for a very, very long time. You drove your son fast because you're out of data. Lori, right? Everyone's got to connect to some Wi-Fi. How many fucking police officers have been called about Churchy or whatever's, right? That it's ruining their life too. That it's ruining their lives too. We're all fucking insane on here. It's obvious to some level or another because we continue. You slept, good for you. Like I said, I don't normally sleep much anyways. Yeah, theater mode is a little more hysterical than regular mode for sure. I don't mean to be making fun of her because I truly do care about her. Stanley's just sitting, so he's fine. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Well, I almost burnt my studio down because of Churchy. I fucking yesterday I blew and burnt up the whole fucking map, which we could have continued with, more information for the next 5 months on the Churchy adventure. Um, I lost the job at the Churchy News Network. What about you? How you doing?
CNN. Yeah.
Churchy News Network.
So, I don't know if you know much about me or my group. Um, we normally watch and have domestic terrorists brought to justice.
Right. I
Um,
remember hearing something about that before. Yeah.
I have made the executive decision to start looking into Lori. Because this stuff is really simple to me. She's either LARPing, right?
What's
It's one of two
LARPing?
things.
What's
Uh,
LARPing?
Live action role playing. She wants to
Gotcha.
look. I really don't. I personally don't. It's one of two things, and that I don't care as long as the people who she's dealing with know the difference. She's either A wanting to just do a road trip to where she could visit all the Disneylands throughout the world, and that's perfectly fine as long as she's upfront and honest about it. Or two, she's lightly scamming, if you will. However you want to look at that. It's not the regular average person that I care about. I care about the elderly who are getting involved. And when you start scamming the elderly, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble.
Well, my advice to you is I would just step back from it. I believe there's plenty of law
No, no,
enforcement
no,
and people
no,
that
no,
are
no.
looking into it.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is because I don't call a beat cop. I have contacts in every agency you can think of, including elderly scams. So she needs to tread lightly because I'm going to basically give her till Monday. And if she doesn't have her shit squared away, and I see that elderly are being scammed, or if if that's not the case and she is mental and has psychological issues, which of course could be taken one way or another, the appropriate authorities are going to be brought in. And I'm not talking about beat cops. I'm not talking about supervisors at police departments. I'm talking three-letter agencies that are either going to look, you got to be upfront and honest about this, fund my trip. I want to go to California. I'll meet up with her in California. I'll take her to Disneyland. I don't care. I'm in California.
Okay, I'm
But
going to mute you for just a second,
she,
okay? First off,
she
I
either
need to know with all your connections, do you have connections to the Area 51?
I have actually been there, but it's I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists though.
I've been there too. That's why I'm asking. But I haven't actually been in the gated part of Area 51. But, anyways, thank you for your advice. I'm going to drop you for a minute. But basically, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, she's really not a scammer like that. I don't know what he is, Mikey Punk, Lori. I don't know. He has his right to his opinion like we all do. But honestly, dude, there's enough people looking into it. Don't count her days. She obviously has mental issues. We all know that. She's part of our community. She's not, she may be scamming in a way with people, like making these lies up, but people are aware. And if people still want to help her, it's their right. If she wants to, oh, Texas Mom has changed her tune a little. Remember when you jumped all over me, Texas Mom? You kind of changed your tune a little, right? Sorry, didn't mean to call you out, but I just saw you in there. Um, I didn't mean to do the ninja drop. No disrespect, Kevin, because you have a right to your opinion. But I just think I think what she's doing, if it was illegal, the police, the police would have already done something to get involved with it. She's definitely confused. We all agree she needs to be somewhere else, but I don't think it's your right to get involved. But that's your right. That's your right to it. But I'm just saying, I'm a very close friend of Churchy's, and I'm not getting involved like that. Okay, I'm not getting involved like that. So I would just say leave her alone, let her do her thing, let her figure out how she's going to get from A to B because legitly she's homeless. This isn't like a road trip scam, but in her mind she wants to see all these side trips and shit because she's never going to see them again. Okay? We get that. But she doesn't have the proper comprehension skills to deal with, you know, her what she's doing, and I'm not making excuses for her, trust me, because she needs to figure that out on herself. But I think don't waste authorities real valuable time on something like this because what are they going to do? So they might arrest her, put her in jail for a minute, another taxpayer people's problem. She's just she's got her stuff, and I'm just that's just me in my opinion. And again, you all know and can do whatever you guys want because we all do what we want on here anyways. But I just say, I don't know what he's going to try to get her arrested for, jail for what. Oh, I'm just like, he said he was going to get the authorities involved. So either it means she goes to jail or she gets to be part of a mental state ward for a minute until till they deem her healthy enough to kick her back out on the street. Then she's in a foreign place, out on the street without her van slash home or anything anymore, right? We know she's crying, manipulating, calculative, whatever. But as we see how the breakdown is going now, have you guys noticed? We still have hours yet, but she's finally starting to move a few things in the van. She's broken down a bazillion times, but she's eating food in her van. She's starting to do a few things wrong, right? She's starting to realize she can do things. I don't know. Let's please, let's he had a right to his opinion. Let's just stop bagging on him. You guys can go into his things and ask him about what his job is and all of that stuff too, okay? Um but whatever. I mean, we're all trying to be relevant on here if you think about it. He's a right to his opinion as we all are a right to our opinion on here. So just give him a break, you guys. He can deal with his thought process how he wants, and he's listening to what we're saying here. So we can, move on, and maybe once people see more and more what's going on. She's very um immature in her emotional age, absolutely. She's like a little high school student or something. Um and Okay, well, maybe not everybody, okay? Don't live on my every word. It's all happening. Don't live on my every little word. But I just don't believe that they can't arrest her for being mentally ill. I mean, we have mentally ill people all over California, and you know that, Kevin. No, Kevin, you're not in LA, right? I think you're over by Soroka, I think. I don't think you're in the Southern California campgrounds. I forgot. I'm all confused again. Anyways, it doesn't really matter where you are. But um what I was trying to get at is if you were in California, you would see our homeless population. You would see people worse off than Churchys, screaming, hysterical, shitting in the streets, pushing shopping carts, all that kind of shit. She'll get an evaluation where she's going. She's only hurting herself either, right? Um, we get what you're saying, that she's wasting money and it's, but maybe not, because we all can agree that she's not mentally stable. We all can agree on that. We don't have to be a professional of anything to agree that she is not mentally stable with what she does. But that doesn't mean that being that a mental capacity that she's at, that what are they going to do? They're going to lock her up somewhere and drug her up. She's not going to really get like, you know, the first step is they're going to throw her into a 5150 hold and into some psychiatric evaluation place, and then they're going to deem her not crazy enough to stay in a place. Because look, if they can't even keep fucking Jimmy Soroka, who is a psychotic, huge, crazy danger to society and shit, if they can't keep him locked up, what makes you think they're going to do anything with Churchy, who hasn't done nearly as much as half the stuff that Jimmy Soroka has done? We all agree she's lying, she's exaggerating, she's not helping herself, she's scamming for whatever reasons, right? For whatever reason, she's begging, still asking for money. That's all she's ever known how to do. But let her figure out where she's going to get to her assisted living. It's going to play out on its own. And if she's not going to be able to handle it, she's going to crumble enough that just whatever town she's in, the real physical people in those towns are going to see the meltdown, and the police are going to have to deal with anything. That's right. 5150 is 72 hours. They can watch her, they can give her meds, whatever. She may or may not have to take the meds that they give her anyways, and she's an adult. They'll deem her not mentally enough to stay on a 5150, and then they're going to let her go. Police in the area that she's at, again, like I said before, they don't want to write these reports because she doesn't reside in their state. So it's almost a waste of time. It's almost a waste of time. I don't know what they call them if they don't call them 5150s. They call them 72-hour holds. They call them all kinds of different things, but I know whatever it is, that's what I'm saying. They would want her out of the area, so they're moving her along. Let her move along. She seems stable enough to them that they're like, fine, move her along. Move her along. Because she's really not doing much. She's not doing enough to make it be a problem. Well, her physical problems will eventually lead her to an emergency room. Come on, we're all watching her. If it was really like serious, her health conditions and all that craziness, you don't think anyone on here is not going to call a 911? You don't think someone's watching her right now for when that happens? Well, I don't know what they call it, Peggy, but you know what I mean. But if you think about it, they're not going to do anything. They're really not going to do anything. So I missed a lot of the comments of what people were saying about it, but again, these are just my opinions, and of course, everyone on here has our opinions about this whole situation because it's the number one breaking story on here. So in California, yes, but I'll tell you what, I've been on holds before in my previous younger years of life, and I didn't need no judge to tell me anything because they deemed me not a danger to myself. So let her land in what state she wants to land in. She still insists there's someone out west, and maybe there is. Let her figure out how to get there herself. We can certainly watch her along the way, lick our own windows and not the windows in her van. So what? What good does that do though, Kevin? She's basically like a Nicole Griggs, and what does it really matter? Her going back and forth, obviously. I mean, she does want that handout, and then the thing is there, you just squeeze her dry with the handouts, guys. She'll eventually figure it out like she figured out how to eat the food in her car today. How she figured out how to start moving those bags and going through the bags. She's starting to go through them. So let it be what it's going to be. Is there someone out west? I think there is someone that offered her a room from what people keep saying. I don't care if you share a room. Oh, no, can we? No. Sorry, Lulu, we can't. No. If my place was bigger, we could. But no, I get what you were saying now. Her begging is her survival mode, and it is what it is. Um, and so I don't know. So I don't know what happened with the Brandy girl. I have no idea. My guess is maybe she decided she wanted to just back out because she realized why is she getting herself too involved. Maybe she's tried to contact Churchy to figure out when their meet time was. I don't know. I have no idea why that Brandy girl isn't there. I don't know where she lives in Mississippi or what, how far or any of that kind of stuff was to where Churchy is. So I don't really know. She might have said, I'm done, or she might have had something else to do. No, that Brandy girl would not really troll her. If she backed out, she might have backed. Oh, well, wait. That Brandy, I'm not sure. I don't know her that well, and I don't think she's one of the hens. So she might have meant well, and wanted to help her, or she might, I don't know if she's trolling her, but Churchy shouldn't rely on little things that she hears coming across here. She has Twitter, and the real people that want to help her can give their phone numbers or whatever. Go find her on Twitter and deal with it on Twitter to get the right information. Oh, that's right. Brandy's a good friend of Richard's. And so I didn't think she would be trolling. That's right. I forgot. I knew there was some connection of why I was thinking of her name, but I couldn't remember for a minute. But she knows Richard. And so maybe she was trying to do something, um, you know, to help out. And then Mandy too. I mean, there's a lot of people that care and want to still do nice things. And maybe all she was going to do was go over there and help her clean out the van. I don't know what she was going to do, but I don't believe she was going to buy her a room because she's struggling with her family as it is. Well, not struggling, but she's got family members and kids that she has to give money out to also. So if she doesn't want to listen to your calls or answer your texts, then it is what it is. Well, I love Churchy. She drives me fucking nuts, trust me. Well, yeah, see, if Churchy can't pick up a phone and make these calls to people normally, like real people would, then she can sit again in that parking lot till she figures it out. When she stops her temper tantrums and the fakeness of her crying and peeking out of her eye again, reading the comments, she'll figure it out on her own. She really will. And when she seriously falls, which God forbid, we don't want to see that day come, with a health issue or something, or is completely out of her fucking mind, then the proper people will step in again. Right. Kevin, we've all said she should have just come straight up with what is going on with her, but she never will. She never will. She wants to do what she wants to do. Yes, she's going to tell us to shut up. She's going to let, other people, but so see, I don't know. So this he say she say game where she can't even connect properly with people, where Churchy can't fit properly and make those connections herself. Well, that's her own fault. She has the resources, she has two phones, she has ways to figure out how to get a hold of people. Well, I think it got lost in her van and she just couldn't find it for a minute and decided she didn't want to look for it. Because now she's starting to dig around and look for it. I figure she figured it'd be much easier for her to cry and have someone say, "Wait a minute, honey, we'll get you another room for the night so you can regroup." And then she would have been happy as a clam again, and then ooh, maybe magically found the wallet, or maybe actually went out and did something. But she's got to do for herself. And that's right, Bex. She won't change unless she's forced to. So see, if you want to see her trip, then let her go as far as she needs to go. I mean, if you're not putting money into it, don't really fucking worry. Just watch her. Yeah, Churchy has, told her hens to release phone numbers to people that have wanted to help her before. So maybe she'll get in touch with her hens again and they can release numbers. But anyways, here I am again wasting more time on her, right? But the next thing is, yes, will she find the wallet? But she'll have to figure that out. And if she doesn't find the wallet, then she's going to have to go figure out on her own, like a big girl, where the police are and have them go back over with her to Chi Chi's house to ask. To ask Chi Chi again, hey, do you have her wallet? But she's got to look and do for herself a little bit too, guys. She's got to. I mean, I don't really see why that Chi Chi woman would hide her wallet from her and cause, real like law shit happening outside of here. Who knows? Who really knows? Well, we don't know that either, Diesel Dog. I mean, she may be a little broke, she may have some money, who knows, but she's got enough to figure it out. And if she doesn't have money, there's been millions of people throwing resources at her of where she could eat and find free shelter. No, I don't recommend sending her any money right now, honestly. I do not. It's your money, it's your guys' lives, but I personally don't recommend you sending her anything right now. She has a perfectly safe van to drive in and she can figure it all out herself. Because I even bet you, if she had driven to Salvation Army or one of those resources, they might even figure out a way to put gas in her van for her and head her on down a road. You know what I mean? They might be able to do something to help her get out. I don't know. What's the date? Food stamp day, I think, was the 23rd. So, whatever day that was. So, however, and whatever money she has, it's all up to her as a big girl to figure it out on her own, you guys. It really is. So, I don't know. I think the people offering the room, I think that the room and the phone number was to the Salvation Army. I don't know. And for people to troll her and say they have rooms and they're going to give her money and stuff, I think that's kind of fucked up. Well, we know Clay Clay, and she knows Clay Clay lives on the West Coast, so she knows that that's not true. But like the people in her like immediate vicinity, don't like troll her and fuck with her head any more than that. How much did he pay for maintenance? I don't know why you're putting first and last names out there, but Uncle Richard paid, the maintenance was $400 or so is what the mechanic kept it at, but it was like almost $1,200 to $1,500 worth of maintenance. They changed the fucking headers, the gaskets under the headers on that van. That costs a lot of money. She didn't pay for any of that. It was all with donations and things like that. But Churchy knows who Clay Clay is. She knows he lives on the West Coast. Churchy didn't put Chi-Chi's info out there. If you watch the scopes carefully, if you watched it carefully, DK Boston, Chi-Chi doxed herself, okay? She doxed herself. She showed her property, small place in Mississippi, and she said her own name. She said her own name. Churchy never said her full name. To this fucking minute, I believe she still hasn't given the Chi-Chi phone number, if she had it, to anybody, any of her little hens. That's how protective I think she was trying to be over a phone number if she had it, because I think her hens have been trying to at least figure that part out. But she did not. After the fact, after all that bullshit, yeah, the last over the night, she kept saying Carolyn's name, but it was already out there. It was already out there, so that's why she kept saying it over and over. Sorry, hold on. I don't know who this is. It's trying to roll up in here. Hold on. Well, it doesn't matter at this point, Georgie, because it was already doxed. Hey,
Great America first.
what?
Great America first again.
I don't know what he said. Something about making America first again, hopefully. But yeah, sorry, Chi Chi, Nunya, Miss Dixon, whoever you are, it's kind of trippy. 3 dead husbands and a dead boyfriend. Sounds like a misery movie or something. Something about Great America, right? Oh, I didn't know what he said. I'm not going to say whether he liked or did not like them because I couldn't understand. She interrupted your Wendy Williams show. See, I don't watch that show. I don't watch that, and I don't have cable. Nunya did sound like Chi Chi. Maybe Nunya is Chi Chi's daughter. Have you guys thought about that? Because remember they kept saying that Chi Chi has a daughter? Well, where's the daughter? Maybe the daughter is Nunya. Or it may be a coincidence that her husband and boyfriend died. Who knows? You know? But it just is kind of weird. And then she mentioned that they have a hunting game thing where they hunt and game. Maybe they got shot accidentally hunting in their hunting refuge or whatever. And God, please, Lord, please tell me this is not a hunting, gaming refuge for trophies. Please tell me it's not some kind of fucking crazy thing like that where she charges people a price to go on her property and just fucking shoot for trophies and hunting privileges and not for real food. Because to me, that's sick. I forget what you call that kind of hunting, but it's gross. And the only good thing, well, one of the other good things that came out of this is Belinda's back, guys. Belinda's back. Those trophy hunter people that you see, like Trump's fucking sons that go to fucking Africa and shit and shoot elephants and rhinoceroses and things like that just so they can fucking have a trophy and take a picture next to it. To me, I think that's gross. Yeah, Belinda's back. She's back. She's in here, Molly. She has scoped, but she hasn't shown her rack, and she hasn't like shown anything of what like her real life is right now. Yeah, big game hunters or something. I'm not going to tell you who Belinda is. She can out her own self. And then a reindeer farm. She says something about, or a deer farm. She owns like a deer farm or something up in the mountains there. I don't even know where it is actually. Maybe it's not even in that same state. But then she talked about owning a deer farm. So what's a deer farm? What do you do with deer on a farm? Sport hunting for deer on a farm? Yeah, I am kind of angry. I don't like when animals get shot up. Come on, you've been in here millions of times, JW. You know how crazy I am, JWK, Stormtrooper. No, does anybody know this Chi-Chi girl to call her and check? No, Lori needs to call and check. Like a cow farm, but you can hunt them. So, deer farms, yeah, so they hunt deer. Okay, so if they're hunting and shooting for meat and they're eating it, that's one thing. But if they're just hunting them to put mounts on a wall, then that's different. Is her daughter alive? I don't know. She says it's her daughter's room and that her daughter and her have everything they need. They don't need to want for anything. But if they're doing it for meat, then that's different. If they're deer farming and raising so that people can shoot them and eat meat, that's different, I guess. You know, it's not any different than what other people eat, I guess. I don't know. There's Mama Jerry. I don't know if Mama Jerry has any new updates. Hey, Sean. Get the champagne ready, right? So then maybe there is maybe it's a refuge, but she didn't say like a refuge thing. So here they call them kind of refuges when they're there to save them. No breaking news. Okay. Give Churchy money if you want, dude. We've been following her. I don't give a fuck about views. I don't care if there's 2 people in here. She's a hot topic. That's why I think there's so many people in here.
That was like crazy. I didn't even notice till somebody said it. But I was just going to say in the South, a lot of people they lease out their property for hunting deer. Um, but also they have like pheasant farms and different things where they allow so many people and then they go on a wild, I mean, it's scary. They just go out and start shooting. So I don't know if I've ever heard of a deer farm, but people can also own deer in the South. You have to put a little orange collar on it and you can have it as a pet. Uh, but the only thing I know is a lot of people rent out their land, to certain people for so much a year and they can use that to
Oh,
hunt on. And
gotcha.
I don't know if
Okay.
that's what
That
she's
makes
saying,
sense.
but yeah. So that
Yeah.
could be what she's saying, like a deer farm. I mean, I don't never heard of people just like raising deer unless they're selling it to meat companies because people do eat venison that don't shoot it themselves.
That's true.
So I have no idea. But yes,
Right.
I woke up late because I fell asleep on the couch and woke up and took my nighttime meds at like 1 a.m. So I'm still a little confoggled to myself. So yeah, deer lease. Yeah, exactly. My son and his friend used to do that. And the friend paid like I think 3,000 a year or something. Yeah, to go out and shoot animals. But the craziest one I saw was actually in Washington State, and it was a pheasant farm, and these people would line up and they would like blow a whistle, and all these guys would go running into these cornfields that were, in the fall and just start shooting at pheasants, and they would shoot at owls, and they shot some guy's dog. I mean, it was disgusting. It was like a melee of just murder, and they gave him like 10 minutes and that was it. And then the next group went. It was horrible. But well, anyway. All right, go on with your announcements. I just wanted to come up and kind of
Okay,
clear up
cool.
the deer thing. So have a good
Thank you.
day. Bye-bye.
Thanks. And we're learning a lot about the deer farms because then we've got Aquanet saying we have deer farms here and they control sterilizing the deer. that come too close into city, that it's not necessarily a farm, that it's some kind of whatever. But we started to figure out. I agree, Mary. I agree with you. Totally agree with what Mary said. Hire hunters to deal with the population. Got you. Got you. And I guess that would be like the crocodile hunter people and all that kind of stuff too, right? That go and get the crocodiles. And then I was reading something, I think it was on NPR, where with Florida this week, how the temperatures were dropping below the 40s, that the iguanas were going to be dropping out of the trees as they go kind of dormant. And then people were getting all excited because then I guess they're a nuisance to gardens and things, so people can shoot them. And then there's like the iguana, hunters that are going to come and get them off your property for you and whatever. So, some eat the iguanas. I heard that they kind of taste like chicken. Yeah, and you put them in the sun, they come back. I've had an iguana before, and they're cold-blooded, and they need to be at a certain heat or they like go into just like your snakes and things, the reptiles. They go dormant and they like, yeah, and like frogs too, and they barely stop. They barely breathe. And then they won't eat, like I've had reticulated python before and it didn't eat for like 2 or 3 months and just kind of sat in a dormant state. You think you're an iguana? Chicken of the trees. There you have it, right? Chicken of the trees. Yeah, I like the iguanas too. And eventually, like, I had mine when I lived in Arizona, and we brought it here, and the weather is just too unstable up here, and I just didn't have enough room for it anymore, so I sold it to somebody down in Gardnerville. And I had self-in water dragons. I had all kinds of things, all kinds of things, all kinds of birds and different kinds of. I had an aviary. Yeah, can you hear him? He's sitting on my lap right here. Do you guys hear him? What's the main churchy news of the day? I don't know. The last I heard that Churchy was cleaning everything up out of the van. Sweet Kona. But anyways, I forgot even why I came on. I forgot what the fucking title was. But I forgot why I was blabbing again as usual, but there I go again. Oh, the bear last night. So the bear, like, do you guys remember we got a new dumpster like in the fall because the bear kept knocking over the smaller dumpster, so they brought one that's a little bit bigger and it locks better. And so the bear was just like trying to shake on it, but the bear lock actually worked on it. And so it couldn't get through. So it shook it a little and then realized it couldn't, there was nothing it could get to. So it moved on down the way. And that's who Fatty Patty is. As a watchdog in your dungeon? Yeah. But does he have to stay in the dungeon? Yeah, the bear was at the front door. On my old whatever account I had before, there were the sightings. People saw Fatty Patty before. They've seen the bears. They've seen him on the fences. They've seen him. They've seen him when we would go bear hunt. But Fatty Patty hasn't been around that much because she's finding the other street to kind of hang out on, I guess, and eat more. Since our dumpster she can't get into. More mountain lions in your yard. I know. I hope she's not throwing all that stuff just out in the street there. I hope she's throwing it away. Um, Fatty Patty had cubs, and then one of the cubs got hit, and then another one might have relocated to a different part of town, and then I think another one actually got hit too in another previous year. Where am I? I'm in Northern California. Well, then he doesn't want to stay outside your dungeon. He likes to be right where the action is. He likes to be with the people. So Kona won't be good guarding a dungeon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and even if they don't catch her, people dump shit all on the ground all over. They have cubs every year. Yeah, they can have cubs every year. And did you realize that as long as mama is nursing her babies, she doesn't go into heat or anything like that? And I forgot there was another something else too. Okay, in the dragon, okay, then a deal. Because he likes to be warm and comfy. Well, she could get fined if she puts it in a dumpster. I've seen all that stuff as I've traveled before too. They don't want you putting shit in a dumpster, but honestly, a dumpster is better than the street garbage. So who knows? Who knows? But maybe she'll find the wallet. Maybe she'll figure shit out. The more time we give her, the more she's starting to like move around and like look, right? And eat and function. Yeah, and if she doesn't want to, then she doesn't want to, right? Hi.
Just a quick question. I heard that she had mentioned that the reason she's not opening her purse to look for the wallet is that it's she can tell by the weight that it's not in there. Isn't that kind of a weird excuse?
Yeah, that is weird.
I would think I
Um,
would open it anyway because maybe it is in there.
it could be. Yeah, I wouldn't count anything
Sure.
by just feeling the weight of
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because who knows what she took out and what was been put back in and that. I mean, why wouldn't you just look anyway? Just because
Exactly.
it weighs a certain amount, I would still open it and look because it would be driving me nuts. I'm sorry,
I agree.
but yes, what she's doing is she's holding up clothing items. Oh, my brand new shirts, trash. My brand new undies, trash. And then she had her clothes in a bag with a bleach bottle, so they all got tie-dyed now, um, with bleach stains. But if, I don't believe she's gone through every single freaking bag in that because she's in the front seat with the seatbelt on. She's not
Yeah, she
driving.
hasn't left the seatbelt.
And then she started eating those crunchy chips, and I was like, "Oh, I'm out."
Right.
But
Okay, now Florida gal,
yeah,
she's not a hoe. She's celibate.
far
She's
from
always been celibate, so she may be some things,
oh,
but she's not a hoe
oh,
or a
Mystic, yeah,
hooker.
right. Oh, she's not a hooker.
Hi, pretty pink.
Hey,
Good morning.
Pinky.
But anyways, yeah, so that's that. If you guys don't really have anything nice to say to her, don't say it in her rooms cuz that just doesn't make it any better, right? We don't know when the last time she used her wallet. We don't know. Is that spree? Or is that this better not be the troll people. Hello?
Yeah, it's me. I think Churchy blocked me on my other account, so I was on this one watching her shit. No, it's not a troll. It's me. It's me.
No, she got a new account and she hasn't followed any of us back either.
No, I mean, even when I typed that in, I couldn't find it.
Oh, then maybe she did block you.
Or maybe it's just I just wasn't giving a fuck this morning. Either way, so like I have very valuable information that I know that any person with common sense would fucking use in her situation. But it's one of those things where I'm torn with: do I let her know, or do I just sit here and keep eating popcorn?
Well, you
I'm
can
torn.
put it in her DM box and then continue eating popcorn, and then you've dealt with
Yeah,
both
but
issues of it and didn't
it's
go
been
too far out of your way to worry about it.
it's been 5 years. You don't put anything in that woman's DM box.
Oh,
Period.
she's reading. Trust me, she reads mine
Oh
every
no,
time.
she reads them, but I tell you, you can put like a panda bear in her fucking DM box, and then she'll go live screaming and cussing, saying you're attacking her and threatening the pandas. Trust me.
Well, then that's what it is, and that's all you can do. Or
Okay, well,
stick it in her text of her phone. I don't
I'll tell
know.
you guys since I see more of you guys commenting in there and whatnot. So I Bank of America. There's not a Bank of America within 100 miles of her current location. I called myself. If you go to Google and type in Bank of America and her location, it pops up that there's one on like I think Court Street or some stupid name like that. That was a former Bank of America that is now a loan company. So the information that's on Google is not correct. Bank of America themselves, the 800 number says there's not one within 100 miles. But they did tell me that since she has the app logged into her phone, that she can transfer her debit card over to her Apple Wallet since she has an iPhone, and that she can use Apple Pay to pay for gas and all of that stuff.
Exactly.
It takes like literally like 2 minutes to transfer your debit card info to your Apple Wallet.
And that's
So
another
there's
good
that.
thing
So she
to
does,
know, you guys. And I
and this
had
is a
no
good thing
idea.
for anybody to know, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I had no idea. I think that's a great idea. I might end up downloading the Apple Pay just to be safe for if you do lose. And another thing I learned from Mama Jerry is take a picture of your driver's license and leave it in your phone. Now, I've done that with registration
No,
and
you
stuff
don't
like
even need
that.
your 3 digit or any of that because the fact she's logged in to
Hey,
make a Bank
Venus.
of America on her phone, all of her debit card information is already on there. She just has to hit like 4 keys to add it to her Apple Wallet. It like literally takes 2 seconds. So that's good for anybody. And then something else I learned today when I was bored, the fact that she's lost her driver's license and she's in another state, she can go to the police department and they can verify her identity, through their databases and all that mess, and they can make her a form, a legit form from like in the police department, a government agency, stating that her ID has either been lost or stolen, and it verifies all of her information, like her city, her state, and I think that they can it even prints out a picture of her on the form itself because they go into their database, and she can take that piece of paper and get into any hotel or use it in case she's pulled over as a form of ID because the fact it came from a police department, it takes like 10 minutes.
That's a good idea. And phone calls. So blah, blah, blah. And good idea. Stu said any image you take is prone to hackers in the iCloud. So that's good information to know as well. But,
Well, if Sherry's the one that told her this stuff, then because I'm the one who told Sherry this stuff this morning. So at least somebody got it to her.
wait,
But
so
it's a
how
good
did she
idea
go
because see,
to the bank if how'd she
I
make it to the
travel a
bank?
lot, and I've lost my wallet before because I can't find my keys half the damn time. And it's like really good. Like you could go to the police department, you just state it, and they look you up in the thing, and they print out the paper with your face on it, and that is a form of a legitimate ID.
Right, right.
Hmm.
And then Alex, good scope. How is Churchy feeling? I don't know. We saw how
Do
Churchy
you
was
know what would be
feeling.
horrible though? And I keep getting text messages telling me stop being a little instigator and a spectator like everybody else. But you know, it'd be hilarious if her wallet has fallen underneath her van seat, and that's the only place she hasn't checked yet.
Well, people have told her to get the fuck out of the van and look around, and she hasn't left the front seat. Why is
I'm
she
just
asking
saying.
for a room if she doesn't have her ID? Kwani, because she's thinking someone else is going to put it on their card and drive her to the hotel and let her in, like how she's had stuff paid for the hotel rooms all along the way. All along the way.
I just think it's funny if all this time if she's been sitting on it.
Well, again, like I
Um,
said, if she won't get out of the car to turn it upside down to look through everything, but we can see that she's finally making a little progress because she has to eat peanut butter. And actually, the peanut butter with those crunched up potato chips kind of sounds like it would taste good.
oh, and also the gentleman told me that other than Apple Pay, you can pay for stuff through the actual app if they accept it. Something else she could do. You can go to Walmart.com and buy the email gift cards. She could literally buy herself an email gift card and have it emailed to herself. And then you can load the app, the Walmart app on your phone and put in the gift card, and it produces a barcode that you can scan, and you can use it inside Walmart, and you can use it inside the Walmart gas stations.
That's a great idea too. And now that made me think, you know how you can always find those prepaid Visa MasterCards? She could do the same thing, transfer her money onto that card and then get herself into a prepay for her hotel room. And then once obviously she, shows the paperwork from the police or whatever, she pays for it all on herself and it's all coming out of her own card, and she can show the confirmation on her card when she gets to the hotel. She might be able to work that with those hotel people all herself, and if she needs a confirmation call, I'm sure all they need to do is watch Periscope and see that she's
But
legitly who
I
she is.
refuse to do I refuse to do any of this stuff. This is all just, I'm done. I washed my hands. I'm
Yeah.
done. So this is basically information for all you guys in case you ever lose your shit.
Yeah.
Just go to Walmart. You can go to walmart.com, click the gift card option, click the email gift card option, buy the gift card, and you can also pay for stuff at walmart.com with your PayPal account. You don't even need to have your debit card. So if there's money still in her PayPal balance, she could buy the Walmart e-gift card, have it emailed to herself, load it onto her phone, and scan it and get gas and all that stuff.
Yeah, those are some really good tips for all of us all together. Lulu B said she's doing gourd basket weaving today. I'd like to see a scope of that or something. Um, Mock is wanting to know when she was recapping her struggles, she mentioned the wallet in that room. I agree. And then from I guess whatever Chi said that she grabbed all her stuff, but the thing is what all the officers and people have told her is she's got to go back to that county where Chi lives and call that police department and they could maybe do a civil walkthrough. I mean, we don't really know if it happened or not.
Honestly, though, what bothers me about the whole thing is like she's this like travel blog person, and she has been for all these years, and like she's like been able to like done all this navigation stuff with Disney, and not just with Disney, with like restaurants and whatnot. And she has traveled all over the United States. She's even said it herself, but yet she can't get her brain together enough to figure out just how to do 3 clicks and then put gas in her car.
That's because when everybody she is doing everything to her, she doesn't give herself the time to settle and think about her options all by herself because she's
Well,
like, why do
I'm
I
not
need
doing.
to? Because everybody else is doing it for me. Right. So if you ignore her, well, you don't need to necessarily ignore her and go in and say, hey, what's going on? Watch and see what she's throwing away in the next scope. But you let her, figure those things out. She'll figure it out.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
right,
just
Mock.
saying she's got money, she's got the resources to do it herself. She is really big into technology and all that mess. She's got the money, she's got the technology herself. Nobody's gonna get her to wipe her own ass. So she's just gotta fall until she realizes that nobody's gonna bail her the fuck out. She slept in her van for a few hours this morning. She did just fine.
Exactly.
That's Clay. Clay's just being Clay. He's not really offering her room.
Yeah, Clay always says that. We all know, and I believe Churchy realizes that it's Clay and that it's not real either because she knows he lives in California.
I'm just saying she said she's got money in her bank account. She's got money in her PayPal. There's all different ways to get money to from those, even though you don't have the card, and put gas in your car. And she can go
Exactly.
to the police department and get a copy of verifying her information and her identity, and she can get a room. That's stuff that none of you guys can do because you're not there. You can't call the police station and get them to email or something. No, she has to do it herself. So either sit back and watch the shit show and not call 5150, or just, I don't know, keep doing what you're doing.
No Joker Soroka. Yeah. Let's organize a GoFundMe for her, right? Yeah, that sounds so super legit. And why would we even do that? She doesn't need a GoFundMe. She needs to like go get off her behind and take accountability a little bit.
I'm sorry, but I don't think she was anticipating actually having to stay in her van overnight. And I think after a couple more things. Oh look, had to. Oh, she went to the store to beg for gasoline. She's live, guys. If you want to go run her
Oh,
down.
okay. Let's go watch. Bye.